35 minutes past the hour. Cook's Pest Control teaming up with our friends at Satirical to provide a protective wall around your property so termites cannot get there. They also handle the month-to-month pest control, and boy, now more than ever, everywhere you look. I mean, there's bugs everywhere, and they can help you with any kind of, nesting wasp, rodents, fleas, ticks, roaches, any bug or critter. They all hate Cook's Pest Control. We love them. Cookspest.com right now for a free thorough inspection and evaluation of your home or business. There's no obligation for you to use them, but they would at least say, here's what we would do, and here's the problems we think we see. You can also find a link by going to rickandbubba.com under the sponsors button, and then you can sing with us. Looky, looky, looky. Here comes Cookie. Cook's Pest Control. Bubba, American men, we are experiencing a friendship recession.
Mm-hmm.
Do explain.
A survey center, or the survey, the survey center of American Life has found that American men have not been making friends very well. Only 27% of men said that they had at least 6 close friends. Only 27.
6 close?
That's kind of.
And as you get older, this declines, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
And
like a lot of things. Yeah.
It says.
But like you said, Rick, you can't take on any new friends.
It says only about. Well, I did go through a time where. Well, and here's the
depends
reason.
on what you call a friend. Some people's probably counting friends that really aren't their friends.
Friends, acquaintance.
And ex-friends.
Yeah.
friends.
We're forced to be together, so we can't count each other.
Right. Let's talk about this again. So Facebook, that's not friends. So let's remove that.
Yeah. If you've never met them,
if you've never met anybody other than that's not a friend. And then there's acquaintances. These are people you recognize. You don't spend any time with them. I mean, you don't do anything
what's
with
up?
them.
What you know good?
And they might even be able to be there for you in a tight.
Boy, this weather.
Yeah,
That person.
And then you have your close friends, and these are people you meet with on a regular basis. You spend time with. You have deep conversations with. You know each other's family. You know all that. And I don't really think, I don't know that there's that many. If people were really being honest, and I'm not saying that you don't have people that you'd like to be friends with or desire to be friends with, and I'm thankful that there's a lot of people that I like and we get along fine, but I don't think it's possible.
I have a 5 limit because of this.
Well, I don't think it's possible to have friends, many more friends than 5 or 6. I'm not.
What is a real workable number?
Yeah,
I mean, at what point
for me
do you
it's
not
5
keep up?
Because
what is the measuring stick for them being that friend? You eat with them how often?
Every couple of weeks, you spend some time with them.
Yeah.
Period. No matter what it is.
Yeah.
Whether you're playing around a golf or hitting a tennis ball or going to their house and playing bocce or going and have a coffee or go get some lunch or. I would say this: you check in with them every week on a text message or phone call.
Yeah, I think so too. I
have no friends.
The people.
I think we got to loosen that up a little bit.
No, if you want to be a true friend, that's what is required of you. I hate to break it to everybody.
Did you get to make up the friend rules?
Yeah.
Well, no, but
help me out a little bit.
Well, okay, it ceases to be a friendship if you're not hanging out or staying in touch with them. I hate to break it to
that's
everybody.
girls. Guys
No,
are different.
I don't know.
We can stay more isolated.
Rick, you have an inner circle of 4 really good, maybe. How often do you talk to them, communicate with them on any level?
I communicate with them at least once a week.
There you go.
As far as communicating, and I'm not saying we may not get together once a week, but we don't just we check in, what's going on. Hey, how can I pray for you? That kind of thing. And I would say that, but men, I do agree with Bubba though. I don't think men have the requirement. Men can cut a relationship off, pick it back up, and nobody be mad.
Yeah. But in that group of 4 or 5, if you're wanting to be if you desire to be that's a gift. You're doing that.
Yeah.
And I kind of take y'all out of that because I'm with y'all every day.
Well,
I consider you friends, and
I get plenty of time with all of y'all. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I have some inactive friends.
How
No, you're right.
You got active ones, but you got one.
Valid point. That's the thing.
On the inactive list.
Yeah, I have friends that buy me lunch.
I bet you do.
I bet.
How many do you have?
Apparently,
that you buy
that's a
lunch?
lot.
Right.
If you're required to buy someone's lunch, you have no friends.
I was about to go back to this. Speedy, a true friend, you would actually buy them lunch every now and then. But the
I was
He
just,
lets them buy him lunch.
he does.
That's
Well, he didn't want to take away their blessing.
That's right.
But to the point of the story, that's
do
what we're
that?
talking about.
But
We're not talking about inactive friends.
Yeah,
we're
I don't
talking
know how they
about
do
true.
that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I think when you come to men, I do not think this is a recession. Most men don't have more than
They don't.
than if they have 6.
They're considering
that
they're
they're-
calling people friends that aren't really their friends.
I think
That's
you're
a big
right.
number.
Now, if you want to say that men's number of acquaintances is down, they don't interact with people much anymore at all. But that's not really true. To me,
I don't think that's true. I just don't
I
think
don't
it's
either.
true.
I think because I don't think men. I think the point you made, Bubba, that's the most right. I think men and their requirement of a friendship is so low maintenance wise compared to women.
And a lot of men travel. I mean, they're with their jobs. I mean, you may not talk to a friend. I mean, you might not talk to them once a month.
Yeah,
you know.
I agree.
When I think about a friend,
Those are the inactive ones you're talking about.
when I
Haven't
think
seen
about
them in a while, but when you see them,
Yeah.
you're glad you did.
when I think about a friend,
Most of them.
something just happened of consequence.
There we go.
And I immediately inform those people.
Yep.
Yeah,
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 that's
for
for
good
sure.
And now, if we send each other, hope you're having a Merry Christmas, hope you're having a good Father's Day,
Yeah.
and I probably don't remember your birthday because I don't remember people's birthdays. But if we all check in on Thanksgiving, Father's Day, and Christmas, and maybe He has risen, you might get a He has risen on Easter. Those are acquaintances. It's not that you don't like them, and you would spend time with them if the opportunity
just-
presents
you
itself.
could move
Right.
them into the friend
Yeah,
circle,
but you
it's
don't.
just,
But you don't really pursue them.
might
or
have a
spend-
fishing trip going
and that's not.
Too much effort.
Well, I go back to this though,
Yeah.
and this is what you said. I do believe that it is based on obligations to your vocation, obligations to your wife,
Yeah.
obligations if your children are in your life
Yep.
at all to them, and even
Yeah.
when they're adults, you still have obligation.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you got obligation. Your kids have got your
Yes.
grandkids now. When you look at
Three of 'em.
all the people that you need to spend time with and to actually take care of or interact with, and then the requirement of what a friend would need to be, I don't think you can be truly friends with more than about 5 or 6 people.
I don't think you can either.
I mean, I've seen some people try that.
There's not room for
and
it.
they'll claim they
not.
do it, but I would like to inform that person if what our relationship is friendship to you, you got a different definition of
That's
friendship.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I interact with you very, very few times.
Yes.
And that's okay. I'm not
Yeah.
upset about it, but
I agree.
If you want to know who your friends are, you do interact with them.
Yeah.
And you know who they are, and you know their families, and they know yours, and something just happened of consequence, and you let them know about it.
Yeah.
And but again,
Now I have guys ask me if they're in the top 5. If you got to ask that question, probably not. I'm just saying.
that's
I
true.
mean, if we're going to be real about it, that doesn't mean I can't bump somebody out and move
well,
you in.
and
But
then
You're
men.
probably between 5 and 20. If you
Yeah,
ask
tell
me.
me this, Bubba. If you think this
15.
is male and female, and there's females in here, so they can nod. But I think a lot of us we have people that fit in different categories.
Yeah, they're different groups of
There's
friends.
like, see, some people would say, well, y'all not including each other. Well, this is a group of friends.
This is our work friends.
So the time I spend with you guys, but very few exceptions, is here.
yeah.
Right.
Now, we spend some time away from here every blue moon, but not a lot. People are usually shocked by that. You spend a lot of time with the guys you work with. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Not away from work. But that's all right. That's because if I ever want to know other people,
Yeah,
I mean, you know what I mean?
We're here a lot
Hey,
of the
listen,
time.
trust me, we see each other enough.
Yeah.
Is
and-
it
plenty.
Rich Wingo that called it the 2 a.m. friends?
Yeah.
If-
Well,
if-
I don't know if he came up with that, but
I've heard him say it.
He said
Yeah.
that before. That means if it's 2 a.m. in the morning, you got a problem. Who do you call?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's your true friends.
Yeah.
That's the ones you really
and
rely on.
and you guys would be in that category as well. I mean, but you're in a different.
You're just given,
You're,
yeah,
you're,
that's-
you're a work friend. And then you have people that there's people that used to be in my life a lot when my kids played sports, and when our kids stopped playing sports, we never see each other anymore.
yeah.
And there was never a desire to have a relationship outside of that.
But if you needed them, you could call.
Yeah, but if I saw them, we go, hey man, good to see you.
Yeah.
Miss seeing
There it
y'all,
is.
and that's legitimate. Then you got people that you meet you hang with at work. People that are tied to your kids' activities. That's a different bunch.
It is.
You have your
Church
church
groups,
friends.
different.
Yeah. Community group. Yeah,
church
it's different.
church friends and people that you see at church and interact with at church.
Hobbies and sports
Yeah,
are
but you-
different friends.
Yeah, and if you had a hobby or something that you do, and so it's different. I assume females do that too. You have the different categories of friends, and but then there's those people that I say are the inner circle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they supersede all that. They're not
100%.
they're not they don't there's not a situation they're not involved in.
Right.
You know,
That's
they're involved in all of it.
Yeah.
And and I always draw that circle. You've got people you don't know, which is the outside circle, and that's people you're interacting with and just being nice to, ministering to, talking to, be glad to help you. Then there's the next circle in, that's acquaintances, and there's a lot of. And then that other circle is a small one.
Yeah.
And that's your really
go-tos.
that's your inner circle friends.
Yeah.
And you can't really have a lot of people there
You
because
can't.
it requires
can't.
time,
Yeah.
effort, and
They're hard to come by.
yeah, and they're not a lot.
Yeah.
That's a much higher standard.
It is.
And in that inner circle should always be people that are positive influences on you. Inside that inner circle should never be people with bad influence.
That's right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So
Ruh-roh.
So we come back, Bubba, in the break. Let's talk about your inner circle.
Sad it's mostly y'all.
And I'll talk to Greg first before I talk to you. We'll be back.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Bubba Show. 866 We Be Big is our number. We thank you for being with us. Golden ticket seats today. There they are. Where's old Steven Stridicus? There's Steve. Welcome, buddy. Rod, Hannah, Allie, Bridget, the Hayes bunch is all here. There's them Hayeses.
Stone Mason to the championships.
That's right. Michael and Mary Claire Cooney, right there on the old front row. Happy birthday, Betty Cantrell. Happy birthday, Betty. And Chuck Cantrell here as well. The Coonies and the Cantrells brought us a lot of food today. Hayes, did y'all bring anything? Okay. It's not a requirement. It will get you some favoritism, but it's not a requirement. So thanks to all of you for being here today. Everybody does take home a pound of BuzzBox coffee, the best coffee that you've ever drank, and apparently can help you against COVID-19 on a study we had today.
I feel better about
every pound, 10% goes to the Bronner Burgess Memorial Fund, and we will send you your coffee directly to your house as you get to enjoy some of the best coffees the world has ever made. So you can find out if you'd like to get your free pound. Go to rickandbubba.com under sponsors and click on BuzzBox.
Rick Speedy forgot one of his friends, Harry Murdahl. He loves Harry Murdahl.
That's right. He loves some Harry Murdahl.
Well,
Y'all fish together?
Yep.
Harry Murdahl really helped us out here recently.
Yeah. Still struggling with those glasses, I see.
Yeah. Where'd them wraparounds go?
What you got?
Yeah.
Where they're home glasses now.
Okay.
They
Struggle there.
What,
Bubba's over here texting Bruce Pearl.
Hey, Bruce.
Bruce, are you my friend?
We're going to Central Florida to visit Gus.
There you go.
I've got a guy ready to engrave some if you win one. All right, so let's
Bullet Rob Hayes.
right. Greg, my favorite Babylon Bee headlines today. I haven't done that for you.
You haven't. It's been almost 10 minutes. Go.
Bernie Sanders heads to Cuba to tell protesters to be more grateful for their excellent social programs. Okay, you like that
They
one?
got him bragging on it.
Greg, leftists is fearing communism's failing all the time is making communism look bad.
It is.
That's a good
How you
one
like
there.
that one?
I like it.
And this one's not a new one, but now they've put it out there. I mean, I've heard other people make this point, but now Babylon Bee is embracing it to word it correctly. Vaccines should be mandatory, says woman wearing a My Body, My Choice shirt.
Oh, boy. That's funny.
Yeah, that's one of the great
that may be my
conflicts
favorite.
out there.
That
good.
right there's a doozy right
That's
there.
a good one.
That's a dandy.
Rural Americans burn Kamala Harris at the stake for witchcraft after she shows them a photocopier.
Right. You know, she made the crack about, rural folks not having a way to get their ID or make a copy of it.
Right, yeah. They weren't technically
Witchcraft.
savvy.
Isn't that good?
Rick, look up. Stephen A's apologizing to an Asian.
Oh, they got him direct.
I mean, straight up is.
yeah.
They found him working in the back. It said he's a staff writer. I didn't make that up.
You need to look at me.
The man's
way
a
you
staff.
presented
He's off camera.
I would tell my boys
But I'm
sometimes.
telling you, that's what they're doing.
You
right
need
now.
to
Let's see. Can I pot it up? Is that okay? No.
Yeah, he ain't gonna
I can't.
cuss.
I can't jip it.
Wait,
They're smiling. Must be good.
you can, and Adler's got
giving
you.
you the okay.
Am I?
good.
Can I?
Oh, I got
How much do you feel a quote like that impacts the Asian and the Asian American community
Greg.
in terms of how Americans in this day and age view folks who, are from a different place than obviously the United States of America, particularly as it pertains to the sport
now
of
the
baseball?
apology's going
Well, I
bad.
think we're starting to have a shifting discussion and discourse around what it means to be American in this country. And I think that transcends the idea of sports. When I was growing up, there weren't any Asian Americans other than Pablo Torre and Mina Kimes.
Okay.
By the way,
Why about waterfall?
I didn't know our audio was that bad on TV.
Yeah, nice. They're into some water.
I'm glad Stephen A. He's
It's raining real
Paying
hard.
Did you hear him
in
almost mess
Connecticut.
up? Even the apology now can go bad.
up next. Ethiopians.
I hate to be. I hate to be
Nigerian.
Nigerian. Yeah, you had that wrong.
country.
Hey, buddy.
Like I said,
you had it wrong, made it better.
Greg, I hate to walk into and mess up the emotional fun zone, but all Stephen A. Smith was saying is anybody who is going to be a sports star
Had nothing to do with
in
him
a
being
country where they're trying to get more fans, it would be more effective if you spoke the language of the fans you're trying to bring to the game. That's all he said.
No, Rick, no
it, had
matter-
it had nothing to do with Asians. It had everything to do
No
with
matter what
it was
type of
a-
language it is.
It was a marketing observation.
Yeah.
is all it was.
Yeah. It wasn't anti anybody. He was just saying if you don't speak the language here, whatever that language may be.
Yeah.
In this particular case, it was Asian. Yeah.
Like if I was in professional sports in China, I'd need to learn some
Yes.
Chinese if I wanted to be marketable.
I'm picturing
to,
that.
to the 100. You know,
You're right. I probably wouldn't get interviewed a
I'm-
lot and probably not have a lot of commercials.
I'm picturing you
Maybe by
there
design.
and you owning it, and they
Yeah.
and they just
Well, see, and I disagree a little bit with what Stephen A. says because I think Americans love uniqueness. And you remember, like, I'm trying to think in the 80s, was it Fernando Valenzuela that pitched
Yeah.
for the Dodgers? He couldn't speak a lick of English, and everybody loved him because
well, it's
it
not
was
that
funny.
they don't love him, but you're not going to use him to promote the product or
Right,
use
well,
him in
yeah.
commercials.
Well,
That's
yeah.
all he was saying.
He can't promote the Chevy dealership when he can't say their name.
Exactly.
I mean, you can't.
You know, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't saying that nobody would like the guy because he don't speak English.
Right.
Well, heck, half the Major League Baseball don't speak English very well. Mm-hmm. I mean, so
I had a very
Half the people on the show don't
about
speak
to
it very
say.
well.
that's the truth.
I have a very funny comment to make right now.
I wish you'd go with it.
but I'm not going to. But it is very.
Yeah, we only got
Rick,
2
we
minutes.
got last week was enough.
2
we
minutes.
can't
This
go
is-
through all that
Right.
again.
Well, what I was afraid of is that it would be misconstrued because anything.
oh,
can,
yeah.
anything can
I
be.
promise
as,
it would.
As focused on any certain individuals, so I'm not going to do it.
All right, good.
But let me tell you something. You sure would be laughing right
So
now.
it's a really good one.
Well, it's one of those points that we make that you almost made it just then. I was going to come a different place and,
I got you.
and make it similar.
Okay.
But
You're probably smart by just
and
holding back.
and it would have led to a comment that you keep making in front of Bubba that slays him every time. but I'm not going to do it. We'll enjoy it in the kitchen.
okay. While he
And this
while he
segment's
eating
been
those
fun
cookies.
enough. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
we don't
has.
have to add
Nah,
to it. Not with a minute and a half left.
No, there's no need.
You know when
There's
the
no need.
when the fun meter's where we desire it.
Yeah,
You know you could have
absolutely.
that thing to overheat. There ain't
Yeah.
no need for that.
Look,
You know.
when you're up by 6, just hand the ball off. There's no need to throw a risky out pattern
That's right.
with the number 1 cover guy in the league out there. You know?
Nobody wants this day to end quicker than Stephen A. He's so ready to be done with this.
Because he knows that's his next few days.
Yes.
That's all
Did
he's
I
going
tell
to be
you,
talking about.
I was home in the middle of the day the other day, and the channel was just on because obviously I don't watch General Hospital.
Well, I hope not.
But it was on, and Stephen A. was on General Hospital.
He was. Yes, he was.
Yes. They did a lot of cross promotion with the
a
ABC.
minute.
Like, it didn't have a speaking part. I didn't see it. They were in like an operating room. Here you come pushing something.
Yeah, with the ABC soap operas, they were cross promoting people for a while like that.
hilarious.
Which, by the way, we saw General
Okay.
Hospital being filmed one time.
I gotta tell you what, he won't be on it anymore.
No, he will not.
No, he will not.
Rick, we were
Absolutely.
in one of the bar scenes there, I think, on General Hospital.
Were
wasn't
we?
we?
I thought you played the patient.
Bubba's got y'all in a scene.
I think we were. We were extras in something.
Yeah, I think we were in
See,
a bar
Bubba's
scene.
doing that where he takes the story was good enough, but
Yeah.
he went ahead and added another chapter to it.
And then I went over, we all went to lunch, and we were in the commissary, and I went and asked the Quartermain family if I could borrow the ketchup.
Then I hosted bandstand.
Yeah, that's right.
We did see where it was done at.
I bet it wasn't very big. Was it?
No, that's big as room.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Hey, thank you for watching Rick and Bubba live on our YouTube channel. We're here live every Monday through Friday.
Be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell for notifications.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
To my knees. I can't start another day without him, brother. Oh, there is no other. Waking on that blubber.